How's it going, everybody? In this video, we're going to start going through the step-by-step process of what happens from the time that ground is broken, footings going, and basement walls going, and framing takes place. So we're going to go through the whole home building process. This video is going to be about like the first half of, digging the hole through the rough framing stage. We're going to be at all different houses, so you'll notice the scenery is going to change. We've got a lot of houses under construction. They're all at different points, so that's why we're going to use different houses instead of not using the same house and having to wait a year to create this video. So that's what we're going to be doing in this one. Sit back and enjoy. Okay, so this is a spec home that it just got dug yesterday. I didn't get a chance to come over here while they were digging, but you can see they put in the construction driveway here, and we've got our basement dug. Now, in the winter time, we do different things in the winter. This is one of them. You've got the hay that's out here, or straw, whatever it is. One's yellow, one's green. But you can see that in the areas where the footings are gonna go and where the little square dig outs there, that's where the post pads and steel I-beam posts are gonna go, and then your steel I-beam runs across. But what they did is they strawed this here to help insulate the ground. It got down into the mid-20s last night. You wanna keep the ground as insulated as possible so that when they put the footings down on the ground, it's not frozen underneath. And then once they put the footings down, they will again insulate over the top of that, and then they'll come back to do the basement walls. So this is where the garage is going to be. So in Wisconsin here, you still, you need to have frost walls. So the top of the garage wall is probably going to be sticking about a foot or so above the ground. So we're going to have 4-foot like miniature basement walls that support the garage, and then everything else is going to be, a full 8-foot basement. So we'll get a look in here, and they'll probably be here today, maybe even tomorrow, to start these footings here. So this is what it looks like. This is basically the first thing to happen after it gets staked out and we get our building permit. All right, so they're getting ready to do footings here in the basement. So we got our conveyor pump truck, dump truck full of stone here. So here's the bottom of our basement here. You can see they've got all the markers there where the footings are. Next thing they'll be doing is setting up for the basement wall forms. All right, it is mid-November here in Wisconsin. We don't always get a lot of snow this time of year, but if it's gonna be cold, I don't mind the snow, and it looks beautiful, especially at this wooded lot here. So we're gonna walk up the driveway. This is an off-site building on raw land, so there's no sewer or water hookups here. Putting in a septic mound system, put in the driest driveway is probably about 500-600 feet long, going all the way back to the street. A hole was dug about a week ago, footings were poured, and now they're setting up for basement walls here. So we'll come and check it out. Here we go. Ooh, we can go up this hill and get a nice bird's eye view here. Check this out, bird's eye view. Beautiful out here. It's really coming down too. Yeah, so basically what's happening right now is they're getting everything ready for the concrete to get poured in the forms here. So you can see the openings in the forms. The concrete will get poured in here, and then they'll come back, they'll take these forms off, and then the walls will sit for a week to 10 days to cure, and then they'll come back and they'll use all the spoils here. They'll backfill the foundation, and then we'll be ready for framing. What is this that you're spraying in there?
This is a form release agent, so the forms don't get stuck to the concrete, doesn't get stuck to the forms.
Okay, got it. All right, so he's spraying so that the concrete doesn't get stuck to the forms after they strip away the forms. So that's what he's spraying in there right now. So they're actually going to be pouring the concrete today. This is the pump truck. So basically you get the concrete truck that comes up behind this. That pump extends and can reach all points of the foundation. That's how they pour the walls. So that's what the guys are getting ready back there for right now, and they'll be pouring some walls today. All right, well, we're back out at the site where the basement was just dug. So the walls were just recently poured. The forms were stripped off of the walls. You can see the concrete still looks pretty wet. So right now, the foundation's just gonna sit for 7 to 10 days so that the walls can cure. You can see they've got bracing up against the walls so that when they backfill the dirt against the wall, you've got some support there. You got an egress window in the back there, and then you can see there's still straw over top of those. Those are the concrete pads where the steel I-beam, you can see the pocket right there, is going to run all the way across, and it'll be supported by the jack posts that are down there that will sit on top of those pads. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So next step is the backfill. Once the backfill takes place, that will also include filling in the garage cavity here with stone, because when you pour concrete in the garage, you want that to have good compactable stone underneath there. So once they do that backfill, we'll be ready for lumber to be delivered. Or actually, once they do the backfill, they'll set the steel, and then lumber will be delivered, and we can start framing. All right, so we are back out here. Last time we were out here, this was just an open hole, and they had the areas where the footings were going to go getting strawed over. And I'm sure you've probably noticed that pretty much every one of these little video clips is done at a different job site or house that we have going up. But now we're at the point where, you know, we've had basement walls go in, steel got set, backfill took place, and the next step is, you know, getting the lumber delivered and then framing the home up. So that's what's taking place right now. Now most of the home is framed up, and we are ready to set trusses here in the next couple of days. And those will probably, I don't know, depending on weather, go up in the next 2 to 3 days. Got a little bit of snow today. So coming into the house here, they've got all of the exterior and interior walls framed up. They've got all of the window openings closed off. This isn't something that we used to have to do. It normally, you know, we could frame the window openings, and the windows would get delivered right after the trusses were set and the roof sheathing went on. But there's such a long lead time with windows that we've got to cover up the window holes so that we can just keep progressing with the house, and then the framers will come back after the windows go on. Now, this is something that I highly recommend. You can see these orange studs here. These are engineered 2x6s in this case, and there's engineered 2x4s, 2x8s. But the reason that we put these, this is the kitchen area here. So anywhere that we're gonna have cabinets and countertop up against a wall, we don't want that wall to move. We don't want that wall to come out of plumb and cause a gap between the back of the countertop and the wall. We don't want the cabinets to pull away from the wall. So we do that in the kitchens. We do that in the bathrooms, anywhere that there's going to be cabinets and countertop up against the wall. So that's what we got going on right now, is that rough framing stage. Setting trusses next. If I can, I'll get a video of them setting trusses. It's a cool thing to watch. They've got the crane out here, and it's always fun watching big machinery out on the job site. So I'll keep you posted. All right, so we're pulling up onto this house here. We are in the insulation stage. They're going to be drywalling soon. They are in the process of doing the septic system here as well. So we'll take a closer look at that. All right, I just wanted to show real quick, we're at the process with this particular property This property doesn't have sewer, so we're doing a mound septic system. So what they do is they bring in, they sand the area. They've got to build up an area for the mound, which is going to be like a filtration system. So everything that exits the house is going to go into a tank, and then it's going to get pumped out to this. This will look like a nice clean mound with grass on it. I'll show you what the tanks look like. So you don't often get to see these. Usually you just see the, you know, this sticking out of the ground with the cap on it. That's pretty much all you see. So basically what we're looking at here, it's a concrete cast tank. This is the brunt of the tank. It's 3 chambers. So I'll try to get there we go. It's about 4 feet tall, probably about 12 feet on each side there. So what they do is they're gonna dig a big hole. They're gonna drop that in the hole. This is the top half. That's where your access is to, you've got to take those covers off to clean the filter that's in there, or to just access the tanks if they ever need to be pumped out or what have you. So once that sits on top of it, it'll be about, you know, almost 7 feet tall. And that's where everything flows into from the house before it gets pumped into the mountain. You can see there'll be a pipe that's going to exit the house, and the pipe right by the inlet there, that's where everything is going to go into. And again, these, you know, these will slide off so that you can clean the filter in there. Here's kind of another look there. So that's what they're in the process of doing right now. Now, this can get done at any step of the construction process. It doesn't matter what stage the house is. It's kind of just on the schedule of the septic contractor. So this can happen right after the house is framed up. It can happen in the finish. It just needs to happen before they move in. All right, well, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to keep moving forward with clips from different houses as we watch the progress from, you know, the rough framing stage, rough mechanical stage, all the way through the finish. So I'll keep on showing little clips of houses, but I wanted to end this video here where we're at right now, and then we'll continue to move on with some other houses. So I hope this was informative, enjoyable to watch. Take care and have a great rest of the day.